Alright, everybody, test 1, 2. We're up in the building. How's it going? We're starting up. Gotta hit my go live buttons. We're gonna be checking out the Rainbow Six Siege X showcase, everybody. See what's going on with it, and then see what's up and do some Fried Pumpkin VR later. But without further ado, we gotta hit that go live button and get things started, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good one on the VODs. Like, follow, subscribe, go on socials, join my Discord. Y'all know the deal. Here we go.
From the void to the light, the supernova ignition. Through the scream once it goes, now I'm on a vision. Feed it trooper vibes, I rise with ambition. With the constellations, we shatter suspicion. Out of the abyss, flying past the stars. Breaking spells, reaching beyond the stars. From lost to found, with dreams we spark. United, we become the ultimate superheroes born. Now try to hold me, chains that burn. But dreams of a better world kept the lesson learned. In digital realms, unlocked with every turn. From whispers at night to galaxies we churn. Every stream of beam, dreams boldly return. Navigating through chaos, with love we discern. Out of the abyss, flying past the stars. Breaking spells, reaching beyond the stars. From lost to found, with dreams we spark. Ultimate superheroes born on. Through storms in space, connected as one. With rhythm and rhyme, the journey has begun. Dancing in the void, shining like the sun. Together, unstoppable, the victory song is songs. Out of the abyss, flying past the stars. Breaking spells, reaching beyond the stars. From lost to found,
Alright, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Yeah, we're freaking here, everybody. We're freaking here. Let me close out of this thingamabob. And, where did I put that, thingamabob? Let me just do this, everybody. Bam. Yeah, we're freaking here, everybody. We're freaking here. Let me kind of move this all the way up. Yeah. This time on freaking TTV, we're checking out something brand new, everybody. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. So we're going to watch it, kind of react and talk about it a bit. And then see what's up, everybody. We're going to see what's up. We got Rainbow Six Siege X, everybody. Their new version of Rainbow Six. It's like 6v6, and they made like a bunch of like modern like kind of changes and stuff. I don't know, it's kind of interesting to see. This is one of the titans that I didn't get to check out. Mostly because it costs them money. And the big thing they announced is that they're going free to play. It's very interesting. We're gonna check it out in a second. I'm fixing the thingamabob. Fix the thingamabob. Kind of rush to get started here. Here we are, everybody. Boom. Yeah, I'm tapped in. We're tapped in. Yeah, we're tapped in. I'm tapped in. Yeah. There we go, everybody. So, without further ado, I'm gonna hit the play button on this. Well, let's start from right here because it seems like they got some cinematics and stuff going. Might put us on in-game 2, so I'm down here, everybody. Bam. Put me on in-game 2. They turn this up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the repelling's what really caught my eye. You can, like, do, like, some new repelling movement. Let's check this out, everybody. It seemed pretty cool. I want to see what's going on. So a lot of y'all heard me talking about that game, Breachers. Breachers is based on Rainbow Six. So, I don't know, I might check out this Rainbow Six Siege just to kind of get a feel for when I go play that game, everybody.
The moment is now. Join Rainbow.
Boom. Rainbow Six Siege X. The showcase. It's here. And we're here to check it out. Bum, bum, bum.
The day is finally here.
This was a very, very big deal for their community, everybody.
For you to see the next evolution of Rainbow Six Siege. Welcome to the Siege X Showcase.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Look, and there's a bunch of people like tacked out. They got their tack gear, yo. Should I put my tack gear on? I can put my tack gear on, everybody. Be tactical. Where's my tack gear?
Siege X is all about. You can think of
I got my
me
tack gear
as
on. Screw it.
A squad leader. Shouldn't be too much of a stretch. As the voice of Ash, I'm used to delivering commanding lines.
Oh, she's one of the voice actors, so that's cool. I didn't know that.
So how about this one? All right, operators. You've trained for this. You're ready for this. The mission starts now.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to see this beginning. I like caught it in like the middle. Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! What the heck's going on? Oh, they're freaking reaching in! Oh, it's an X symbol. Oh, whoa! They're pulling out the stops. They breached in.
Of your favorite content creators have assembled here in Atlanta to usher
Oh, and they got a
in
bunch
an
of content creators.
explosive new era of Siege. Folks, this is the Siege X Showcase. We'll be starting off showing those content creators. First up was Team Skittles. Team Meaty Marley will join next. And get loud for your favorite content creators.
We got a lot of familiar faces on that roster alone, what we even previously saw from Team Skittles, so I'm excited to see what we got through to see the rest of these.
So it looks like they got a team of a bunch of different content creators.
Content creators that you might be familiar with. It's Team Raza up next.
Got Team Brazil mixing with a little bit from all around the globe.
Team Pestely's gonna join them next, walking out of the large X. I'm gonna be honest, I know there's a lot of you here. You gotta be louder than that. Come on.
You know, we just
That's better.
talked about Team Brazil. Now we got Team A and Z coming through.
There's a lot of players that'll be coming out, 48 in total. Some familiar faces, some newer to our scene, but I mean, hey, it's a new era for our game. Team Spoit.
It's a new era, everybody.
We've talked about Spoit a lot, but there's some phenomenal controller players coming from that Xbox scene here.
They got console and PC representation.
There's a bunch of them on Stable Ronaldo, the next team walking out.
You know, I saw Kiki warming up. She's looking strong, but they also have Frankie there, Diamond 1.
Some familiar faces that you might recognize of this group walking out. The next is Team Lacey.
I don't know who any of these people are. I'm gonna be honest, so this is kind of interesting to me. A whole nother realm of gaming, everybody.
Uzi should be a familiar face for those of you that follow along online. And Team Pengu, a team of names that you've seen and heard before, but I think that's the controller players you were talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't see Pangu just yet.
I don't see Pengu. I used to work with him. You used to play against him. My name's Intero. I'm joined by Laxing. We've been long.
You know, it's gonna be cool when one day it'll be like the keyboard and mouse players, the controller players, and then the VR players, everybody. Are we gonna hit that reality one day? I think we will. There'll be VR players.
What we're getting up to today. We're gonna be starting off with a new game mode. You heard it here. Not just Siege, but something brand new. After that, we're going to talk about updates to the core of Siege, the game that we know and love and have spent much of the last 10 years playing. And then how about we finish off by showing
This game has a really dedicated player base.
In Siege X in a 5v5 show match.
Honestly, Parker, I am so excited to say the least. I don't know which one I'm more
Oh,
excited
they're
for. There's
excited.
so much that we are going to be showing and exploring. And again, I am just absolutely thrilled to be here with you.
We've got to run a tight ship, so both of us are talkers, so we're going to have to be a little bit brief. But before we get into the action, I'm going to need your help. Do me a favor. Connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, because later on in the day, we'll be announcing a very special drop for everybody that's watching through either this stream or one of our partnered streams. But before we unveil what it is, make sure your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts are linked together. I, as well, am very excited.
I think that's the only way to put it, and put the emphasis on the X.
Yeah. It's going to be a
Throw an
quick
X
day
to the
today. It's gonna
chest.
fly by like no tomorrow, and there's a lot to unveil. Of course, a new game mode is something that will surprise people. I think that the updates to the game are going to be pretty spectacular as well. But enough from us. How about we send it to two of the greatest minds at Ubisoft who have helped make Siege X possible, Alex and Joshua.
First of all, let's hear for Ash.
Yeah.
I mean Patricia, but it's amazing to have the voice of Ash here today with us.
That's pretty cool.
Welcome to the showcase. My name is Alex Karpazis, creative director of Siege, and today is the day we finally unveil Siege
Look at that big, big smile on his face. He's got a salesperson face on. I'm joking, but he's very excited. You can tell us a little more than that.
The wait is over. And we're
this
taking
guy's
the
very
core Siege
serious.
experience to the next level.
We have a ton of details to share with you about how Siege is evolving with exciting updates like modernized maps.
Yeah, cycling. This is the new version of Rainbow
advanced
Six
rappel.
Siege, everybody. For everybody just tuning in, they announced Rainbow Six Siege X, basically their next version of Rainbow Six. It's going to be 6v6. It's going to launch free to play, and a bunch of other stuff. We're about to find out everything here.
And much, much more. In a few minutes, you will see live gameplay of those changes. But before that, we have a very first Siege X trailer to share with you. This is the new era of Siege.
All right, here we go, everybody.
I got all my soldiers on the need to know. Once I get a green, we all on beast mode. Feeling like
Oh, let it go. What a flow. Y'all already know they're the pros. Going in with my friends, do it all again. Rainbow Six in, going in, clicking heads. Going in, make them rest to the bed. Going in, saying this instead. What am I doing? Hanging out with my crew, now we going through it. Got a trailer, it is real absurd. Then we're going in like a really nerdy nerd. Yeah, look at that Mirror's Edge movement. Now they move in, groove in through the freaking rough house. They be shooing up. Got an audio overhaul, new animations, yeah. They going ball. Look at that new skin. New players here to win. Yeah, I don't know, yo. I decided to go in with that. The beat was going crazy. What do y'all think?
That's a lot to take in. That's why, over the next few hours, we'll cover all of it. We have 48 content creators around us getting set
That was kinda
right
lit.
now with 4 live matches. And if you're quick with the math, then you've noticed that something quite doesn't add up. That's because they will be playing our brand new 6 vs 6 game mode, the first permanent new game mode since the launch of Siege. We've taken the strategy, teamwork, high-stakes gameplay that make Rainbow Six Siege so special and built a completely new game mode that's designed to push the limits of what Siege can be. Get ready for strategic plays, unexpected twists, and all-out action. This is Dual Front.
New 6v6 game mode. It's usually 5v5, everybody. They upped it to 6.
Dual Front is the culmination of years of hard work by our incredibly dedicated and talented team. They explored many different avenues and experimented with expanding the very core of Siege. In the end, the process came down to asking ourselves a very simple question. What if?
What if,
What
everybody?
if we could expand the size of squads and have attackers and defenders work together? What if we had one
Really?
consistent round to settle the outcome of a match with less downtime? What if we could expand the narrative and universe in-game seasonally? What if? One of the answers to these questions was to design a brand new, ever-evolving map where the action takes place. Welcome to District.
Okay. Here we go. There's the map. We got like 2 bases. Oh, 3 bases. What's up? Hello, Sai. How you doing? We're freaking here. We're checking out a new game right now because they had a big announcement for today, and honestly, seems like they're doing a lot over here. Oh, look, so that there's 3 bases for both sides. So look at that, it's like symmetrical. You just woke up? Well, welcome in, everybody. We're checking out Rainbow Six Siege X, the brand new version of Rainbow Six that's launching free to play. They have a closed beta that's apparently happening like this weekend or something. We might be checking this out. Look at that graphic overhaul. Oh, okay. Really neat stuff here, everybody.
This is a new map created exclusively for Dual Front and built to change with ongoing updates. This map is uniquely designed to support the exciting gameplay of Dual Front and create new possibilities we've never seen before in Siege. Let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
Each featuring 3 sectors, set up the main framework of the map. Teams must capture one front while simultaneously defending the other as they work their way deeper and deeper into enemy territory. The ultimate goal? Reach the final sector and destroy the prototype in the enemy's HQ. The map's layout balances open areas and strategic choke points.
If anything, it's the opposite of Overwatch 2, because Overwatch 2 went from 6v6 to 5v5.
Also includes
Why was that filtered? Because I don't let that game be talked about in my chat. I hate that game. I'm joking, but I'm actually serious. Cycling allowed that. I would have actually let it sit there.
So if you don't drone, it's time to start.
It's very few video games I hate. I don't like that game.
You will be able to return to the
Toxic
fight
community.
as your currently selected operator.
Bad development.
Or select a different operator for a tactical adjustment. Success hinges on balancing offense, defense, and team composition while seizing every opportunity to lead your team to victory.
Rainbow Six, on the other hand, always kind of been a more exclusive. You know, this is one of the few major big games that you actually had to purchase the game to own it. And it still had a very massive fan base because it's Tom Clancy's. You know, I always be talking about, you know, Splinter Cell. Everybody always make the Splinter Cell jokes. That's because, like, how toxic is Siege? From what they're saying, not that toxic. In fact, when I tuned in, they showed us a chart where basically the toxicity went down because they upped the moderation. They're going to show us a little chart that goes over it. It was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, wow, they have, like, a toxicity chart. And it has to do with, like, player reputation. There's, like, an in-game, like, progression type of system. Like, if you're a good teammate that's good with others, you go up, and if you're toxic and getting reported, you go down. And you can get, like, banned from, like, certain playlists and stuff.
The neutral sector is a high-stakes conflict zone where bold plays lead to game-changing rewards. Players can tackle the time-limited assignment that will grant valuable bonuses. It's important to keep in mind that taking this risk means leaving key
beta
positions open.
gameplay footage. I almost said
Every
data.
operator participating in the assignment is one less operator in your attack or defense frontline. The race to secure these objectives is intense, and success
Privately,
in the
Sai.
neutral sector can tip the scales of victory, making it a battleground where split-second decisions and daring strategies can define the match. With each new season, players can expect a new assignment in Dual Front. This means new narrative, gameplay, and neutral sector map updates.
Dual Front was built from the ground up to use the strengths of Siege, while adding new twists. If you're new to Siege, this is a perfect game mode to play. Everyone is on a level playing field with a single new map to learn. There's also a limited operator pool, allowing players to focus
Yeah, I'm
on
not here to
smaller
really
rosters.
talk about toxicity.
We
Let's
will be
talk about the
changing
positive
operators in
stuff,
this
Sai.
pool
Let's talk
twice a
about that.
season, so that a new exciting meta is just around the corner. Finally, we all know that every life is a lesson. Respawn is an important part of this mode, allowing players to experiment and learn through play. You can join the closed beta later today on PC and current-gen consoles.
Yeah, you can get the closed beta, everybody. I'm trying to get into it. Honestly, I can't figure out how to get my drops working. Like, it's not popping up.
Your
I'm gonna
feedback
check it
will help
out
us
later.
Release the best experience for Siege X.
Now that you know what Dual Front is,
Because you can redeem the
it's
code
time
here. I
to
can link
see
y'all
it
that
in
if you get the
action.
code.
Let's kick it over. Let's kick it over to our legendary casters and see your favorite creators exploring and discovering all Dual Front has to offer right
Damn.
now.
Thank you so very much. The new permanent game mode that we were sworn to secrecy on, we couldn't talk about it. They said, you're not allowed to. And we said, okay, you know what? I want to hear how loud you can get. Now, remember when I said that there would be a surprise later on? Joshua just told you straight up, you can play Dual Front today. All you need to do is connect your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch about 30 minutes either on this stream or on one of the partnered streams, and you will get a Twitch drop of a beta code to try Dual Front. Servers go live when we wrap up here, so in just a couple hours. And it'll be available on PC and current-gen consoles. Kind of sucks for the people in the audience that you don't get to play, huh? Yeah, well, that's okay.
So this is available on console
Don't boo
too?
me, you're excited. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, Cycling, go check
how
on that.
excited
You
are
might
you
be
for
able to get
Dual
into
Front?
this.
How excited are you for that, what looked like a weapon inspection? They got very, very loud.
I mean, respectfully so. You know, we finally now can inspect it. But, I mean, for Dual Front specifically, I did get to try it. And I'm jealous that they get to play it now, and I got to sit here and talk about it because I truly had so much fun within that time frame that I was able to play. You didn't get to play it.
I didn't get
so
to play
you
it.
still don't know what it's like.
I have
but
no idea.
Truthfully, it's a wonderful game mode.
Would you say you were excited?
Yeah, I have no idea,
I was
Sai.
more than excited.
Wonderful. We've got 48 content creators here to take us through Dual Front, and in just a moment, we'll be getting into the game. And honestly, because I haven't played it, am just as eager to see it in action as all of you are. We'll be going through how the actual objectives progress. How does that neutral sector actually work? What are the rewards that they get? And how does the matchup ebb and flow? And the one thing that I am most particularly looking forward to is you and I first started playing Siege in year one. We have got to see this game grow from the very beginning. And if you go back and you look at Siege as a regular game, the way that it was played back in 2016 is very different from the way it's played now. I have no doubt that Dual Front is going to function the same way. Now, in just a couple seconds, we'll intro our very first set of teams, and it will be fascinating to see how they tackle our newest permanent game mode in Siege X. What are your expectations before we get into the match?
To be honest, there's no expectations that can be met truthfully because this is a new game mode. This is an undeveloped area where people are going to be figuring out. We're going to be understanding what it's going to look like, what we can see.
Team Lacey and Team Stable Ronaldo will be the first set of teams. We are in the operator selection phase, seconds out from the first look at Dual Front. Operators are locked in. Are you ready for the next era of Siege?
Okay, here we go.
Folks, let's get underway with our first matchup of Dual Front.
So this is already super unique, you know.
Yeah, Garrett, isn't this exciting? I never got to play Siege. It's like a game I actually really want to try out, but I didn't have money. But they're launching free to play, so looks like I'll be able to play.
What's so unique about this is when you think about Siege as a whole, it's always been 5v5. Now you are adding that key element of bringing a sixth player onto that squad, which allows so many different ways.
Right, they got the lane mechanic in this game, everybody.
And again, another big thing is you can mesh attackers with defenders.
Now, while you had some hands-on experience, and you are a former pro player and a former world champion, it's not your expertise that we're going to lean on here, Gabe. We have brought up both Alex and Josh from the keynote to help us understand the way that this works. Gentlemen, first things first. What a day. What a day. I mean, I think you were prepared for the audience to get loud, but would you say you were a little caught off guard with the enthusiasm that we're seeing?
I mean, we've been waiting for this moment for 3 years now, and we're still not prepared for it. This is really exciting. The teams pour their heart and soul into this, and now we get to see it live in action.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a reaction, right? You hear the people, you get to experience that full hand. And it feels so awesome to finally be talking about all this.
I'm going upstairs,
Now, the way that you conceptualize this game mode being played might differ from what we see today. But is it fair to say, Alex, that you're expecting players to literally problem solve as it goes along, and that there isn't really a defined correct way to play based on when you built the game?
I mean, we've been playtesting this for over a year now, and we're still learning new things, new combinations of operators. This is the first time we're taking attackers and defenders together on the same team, but we're keeping that attack and defend philosophy alive, where you have one lane, one front to push, and one front to defend. So yeah, it's all new.
Oh, look at them. They're leaning with it.
I was saying, you know, the key element of adding a sixth player to that squad, I mean, Siege for the past 10 years has been 5. I mean,
Was that like a res needle? What was that?
Element of surprise and putting
They like shot their teammate and they got back up. Was that like a medical needle?
Dual Front is to actually make Siege more approachable. So, and one of the ways of doing that is to kind of lower that social pressure of having if you die in a 5v5, 4v5, that's a big detriment to your team. So in 6v6, you actually get to carry that weight a little bit more evenly. Additionally, obviously, the respawn's going to help with that and help people feel more confident and learn over time.
There's a respawn
that's definitely a driving force there.
and a 6v6 here. I think you get 2 lives. I'm not too sure how this works.
We've got our first objective at play. Would one of you like to take us through what exactly is happening in the game right now?
Yeah, so the
That is a
attacking team
dot
actually
stim shot?
planted
Oh wow, they got like a healing little dart.
Now
That's
we
cool.
have actual segments to the diffuser timer. So if the defending team comes in and deactivates it, it might save a bit of the progress that they achieved there. And this is one of 3 objectives that they have to secure now.
That would explain why we have the 3 segments on the diffuser.
That's right.
So if you stop it, it'll go back to the last tick, if we want to call it that.
That's right.
And then you basically paused it. So it functions very similarly to regular Siege in the sense that you have to control the objective, you have to get that diffuser planted.
And I love specifically that you guys talk about, you know, regardless of this being a brand new game mode, you guys are still keeping that core value of what Siege has always been in terms of that tactical prowess and what you can do within Siege. And I think just being able to bring attackers with defenders can really set up that strategical stand even more in depth than what we've currently seen throughout Siege.
I mean, that's the magic of it. As when you're playing this, you have to go on the attack. You get the attack, and then you got to go into the defense within the same lane. So it varies up what you're able to do there, like bringing a Nomad on attack. Obviously, we've done that 1,000 times, but putting her into the defense and making for the post plant, it's all about that.
It's almost like they're fighting on dual fronts.
And now we see that the other team has planted the diffuser as well. So both are active at the same time. Teams have to regroup, and understand how they can recapture the site now that the plant's gone down.
The red team succeeded, it looks like, in their very first capture. So now what happens? Is Uzi going to get it?
Yeah.
They've already lost one tick, as you talked about.
Yep.
And it'll roll back. So like that progress they earned and they fought for, they get to keep, but they didn't get all the way for the next sector of the actual objective, so that's lost.
And what I'm seeing now with the front A team, they have that first one secured. Now that timer is going. So essentially, does that now force them to now play the defense, wait for that next sector to open up, and then make that transition with that rotate?
Yeah, that beat there is actually leading into essentially a prep phase for that new sector. So our attackers in that lane are going into prep, using their drones, looking forward, or they could rotate in through the neutral sector over to defense and help sure up
Thank
their
you
own
so much.
defense.
Oh, that's the wrong one, yo. I don't have the drops command right now.
Obviously had some time playing through it. What is
I'm not even sure if my drops are showing up. That's why I have a question mark there. How are you doing, Bot Cheez-Its? Let me know if it's even popping up for y'all that drops are enabled on this, because that's what I'm like on their Discord right now. I'm right now on their Discord trying to see if I could fix this, because it's not even letting me, it's not even popping up in my drops inventory for me to get it. So I'm trying to figure this out.
How much I love Nomad. I think Parker knows that as much as well. I played flank watch aggressively, so the fact that you can use those air jabs on
Probably a
defense to
lot
get
of
those
people
down,
trying to get it,
that
so it's probably a little
quick
bugged out.
reaction to net one of those eliminations, I mean, Nomad's massive on defense.
I mean, Gabe, when you played professionally, if there was a spot on a map to be as far away from the action as possible, you were there.
Absolutely. So you would have 110% find me at that neutral sector, where I am not going to be in the thick of it, but I am going to be trying to lurk my way through and see what is open and what isn't.
Now, one thing that you mentioned while talking about the game was that you're going to be swapping up the operators twice a season. Now, what's the thought
It's
process
not
behind
raw,
which
you
operators
rascal.
you bring in, which operators you bring out, and will it be a full-scale swap? Are we talking every operator is gone?
Yeah,
or
I
are you
already
just gonna
did that
bring in a
for
couple and
hours.
remove
It's
maybe
not
some
popping up.
particularly strong or weak ops?
Yeah, so one of the big things is we want to make sure that the Pathfinders that
I have this
earned through
person.
our newcomer challenges are going to be available at all times. Again, like you always want to be able to have some of your
I
options.
had this person. Here, I'll open them up. And it says watch your earn. I go view details. And it doesn't show up.
Maybe we put a lot of trap, or maybe remove both and see what happens now. Like, what can you do if you don't have electricity available to you? What can you do if you don't have, like, you know, a lot of area denial and so on and so forth?
So I don't think this was mentioned by you guys, but what I am noticing is I'm looking at the characters, the utility. It's regenerating.
Yeah, this is a way that we can actually balance the operators over a long period of time. We're talking rounds are lasting about 15, 20 minutes. So you can actually stack quite a bit of utility.
You're getting
if you
it right
don't
now?
have
That's
this new
good.
System, and the team worked really hard on that.
Okay, we'll follow up with that. So are you saying that Capcan can essentially lay down 6, 7 traps at a time?
I'm going to take that one. So one of the things about the regenerative gadgets is that you can deploy based on the max that's been determined for dual front. So some of those values may differ from the core Siege experience, but additionally, whatever your last place gadget was, if you place a new one, it'll destroy that one and then move forward. Just to make
Oh,
sure
so you
things
can
are
place
in
up to
line.
6 of them?
You're telling me I can't put down 20 Capcan traps and just sabotage the whole
Yeah,
map?
I mean, if we rewind time a couple years ago, you could have, and let me be honest, like, you know, it became an HR problem. So
I was actually, I'm glad
Ah,
you said
it
that,
used to
because
be
I was thinking,
broken,
what
everybody.
if
It used to
someone
be
just runs
broken. They
here and
nerfed
just
it.
lays down a
Haha, I'm
map
joking,
for
but I'm
windows
being
and then
serious.
immediately transitions off of that to a different operator and then uses them.
I'm thinking the Maestro. You just swap evil eye cams over and over and over again. You got unlimited laser beams.
We already thought of that. So if you're repicking your operator, the operator you were previously, all their gadgets disappear. And then you're jumping back in with a new operator to do a new strategy.
Got like a 30-second
Additionally, you can actually
respawn, it
see
looks
as
like.
operators are
Gives
being
people
swapped
time
out
that
and
push
respawning,
objectives
they
and
go
stuff.
back to
So
being
going
unknown
down's a big deal
because
in
you
this.
don't know who's coming up in that lineup again. So that's another thing you'll have to adapt to as you're on the field.
I'm not a developer. I don't balance this game.
I want to see the
I can
repelling.
only imagine
Nobody's repelling.
how tricky it has been to find a way to make everything work. But before we get there, one of the beautiful things about having all these content creators in person is that we get to hear from them live in action. Patricia has an interview ready for us down on the stage.
RDC Gaming?
Thank
Yo,
you,
did y'all
guys.
see that?
I am here with Skittles. How you doing?
Doing great.
Skittles, I would love
They
to
got one of the
get
RDC
your
boys
first
in there.
impressions of Siege X. How you feeling about it right now?
I'm absorbing everything. This is a completely new game. We got a big map, more operators. Like it's insane. I'm just trying to like take everything in right now, basically.
I can imagine. Are there any particular things that you're focusing on or interested in seeing in terms of the new updates?
I'm just really excited about the gun inspection. After 10 years, we finally got that, and oh my god, all the skins we have now, it's so worth it. It's so cool.
Very cool. Well, I won't take too much of your time, get you back to playing. Thank you so much.
Skittles does a lot of YouTube work, and I know that the weapon inspect element will be excellent for thumbnails, so that will make it a lot easier for content creators to advertise their stuff. Let's dive into the next matchup that's happening at the same time, and it's a little bit of the old versus the present, one could say. A former two-time world champion of Pengu versus a current major champion of Spoit, as it's Team Pengu versus Team Spoit. And there's a
look at that.
competitive mindset between these two teams that is, maybe I would say, unlike a lot of the other matchups we'll have.
Says to the pro right
How
there.
competitive can it be? I mean, Spoit's beating up on a retired.
Oh, he's like
old man
insta
of
swapping.
Pengu. Like, give him a break. Let him breathe a little bit.
I'm fascinated the way that this mode is going to be approached, right? Because Siege casts such a wide net. There are people who are going to play it on PC. There are people who are going to play it on console. There are people who are going to play it in casual, people who only play ranked. And then you've got people who are playing on high-end gaming PCs, and people who are just sitting at home, playing on their couch, listening to music, playing casually with some friends. And when you look at a mode like Dual Front, do you think it's the type of game mode that can catch all of those players and provide a compelling experience for each one?
Yeah, when we were talking about Dual Front, first of all, Siege is challenging.
Oh,
That's
wall
in
running,
our
wall
DNA.
running. There's the
We'll
wall
never
running.
change that. But Dual Front
You can
makes
wall
it more
run with the
accessible.
rappel.
You can respawn. You can repick your operators. You have more players on the table, so you can try out new things. So all of this adds up to a game mode that, honestly, everybody's at the same level, on the ground floor, and they're able to jump in
Oh, he got
and have
picked back up.
immediate impact.
Oh, got him.
So I was going to follow up with, I mean, we obviously talk about the casual base, and me coming from that competitive background. I
Deactivating
absolutely love
something
the
there.
approach here, especially as we do know, Siege is a very complex game, but that's what makes it so unique, so fun when you can actually learn it. But what I really like about District specifically is it's symmetrical. It does really allow you to learn from one end to the other of just the basic functionalities of how Siege
So
is played.
this is a symmetrical map. There's going to be like no advantage, on, you know, based on what side you're on. That's good.
This is what Siege is like. So then you bring that into the other maps. And then I did also see not every single operator is able to be played. And I think that also is huge because, as we know, Siege has a lot of operators and continuing to grow as the game continues to go further on. So I do genuinely.
Yeah, the operators basically make it a hero shooter, everybody.
Standpoint, but most importantly, also.
I'm doing it. Ready? Come here.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited to see the way that it shakes out. Have you two noticed anything that's happening at this current point in time that has caught your eye that you maybe weren't expecting at the tests you've done over the last year or so?
Well, I mean, I saw someone do a breach. I literally have never seen someone do, like in all our playtests, breaching in onto the stairs of the second sector. Like,
Oh, they just got
that
like,
side of the site.
they got like
I don't
gas.
usually see people like pushing through there. They usually push from top floor or walk up the stairs.
Oh, there's the
They never
rappel.
breach the wall and jump right into the stairs. So that's kind of the magic of the map, right? So.
Well, we've got another interview ready from TikTok to Twitch, and now here in Atlanta, we've got Titanium Rolo down on the stage with Patricia.
Thanks, guys. You've got it solid. I am here now with Titanium Rolo. How you doing today, Rolo?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful.
What is she, like a
especially now that I'm with you
TikToker?
here. Already like fast friends. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the neutral zone in the middle of the map?
So I think the neutral zone is actually really crucial, and I think that from the times that we've played it, we've not focused on it enough. There's so much focus on either attacking a base or defending a base, but actually so many people go to the neutral zone that if you manage to get control of it, then you can kind of completely control the flow of the map, and I think it's going to be way more crucial than we've given credit for it. And I'm also hoping, since I like Easter eggs, I'll find a couple of Easter eggs around there too.
I wish so many Easter eggs for you. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to playing. My pleasure.
Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, the Easter eggs that are hidden in all of the maps, by the way, are we going to see any in Dual Front? Do you even want to give that away?
Definitely first jump into the beta, check it out yourself, find them, because we have hidden some stuff around the map.
Right. And for a reminder for those of you, we're going to say this a lot. I apologize if I sound like a broken record. But the thing is that the more I remind you that maybe you might actually be able to get to the game yourself, we are doing beta code access for Dual Front. That is on right now. Once we are done with the showcase, you will be able to play Dual Front, providing you link your Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts, and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streams. You will get the code after about a half hour or so, and you can start playing this game mode later today. I don't want to know what he's... Oh.
Jeez.
Easy. Easy.
So that's the update in the match. Right now, both teams are trying to capture the second sector. And actually, I think Beta team just lost theirs. But there's an assignment that's coming into the map. That's the neutral zone. We'll have a new objective that everybody has to jump into.
And we have to grab
look
a
at that.
hostage. So while up to this point, it's been like the typical quote-unquote siege where you have to get the case down. Now we're going back to the old ways of the hostage being involved.
Yeah, and not only just that, but the
Oh, it's like a
hostage is
hybrid
because-
game mode.
Because
I remember the
we lost
hostage when I
at the
played
end of
Rainbow
the,
Six
Salt on
Vegas.
Hereford
I
event.
remember that.
So this is where that narrative starts coming in when we talk about seasonal update.
I want to say, so when you grab the hostage, if I'm not mistaken, you have to bring it to the other side, the enemy side. So what Anne is already doing this wrong. She brought it to her.
There's
I really
rewards
think
for
that they're
veteran
going to get that
players
extraction, but they
based on how many years you've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. They'll have like a reward for 1 year all the way up to 10 years.
It's just as simple as, let's just bring it back.
It's like custom skins
Exactly.
and
You see,
goodies.
Like you can see as soon as the hostage got picked up there, the icon shows up to show you where the extraction point is for you,
Okay,
and the
they're figuring
helicopters
it
are
out.
coming in the next 30 seconds. And that, oh man, like again, we're talking about audio and all everything. Hearing helicopters come in
Yeah,
during
I
a
agree.
siege match, oh, it gets your heart pumping.
Well, I want to say,
Don't board it, though.
I want to say, me and you actually went through this moment together when we were testing this out the other day, and it is when you were talking about the heart thumping, and especially like, let's acknowledge you can play outside now. Like that is a huge thing that needs to be acknowledged. You don't have a timer letting you know you're going to be shown. I mean, again, these operators, that is just evolving.
Yeah, this is freaking cool, everybody.
Castling off a door outside? What am I watching?
Exactly.
Oh, they're like
I
fortifying
said,
up.
back to that,
You
is
claimed
it
your
is very
drop,
intense.
didn't get
You
your
have to
email?
watch the enemy side with this, trying to get that extraction off.
They posted
while
something
they're
on
up
Twitter
and
about it.
spawning, holding those positions from outside, waiting for an ambush that you're potentially running into. You were actually doing a very good job at leading that. You were like, all right, Lax, I need you to get in front of me. I need you to clear this. I need you to clear that. And we did end up doing it successfully.
Yeah, honestly, like regardless if we talk about the match being like the game of being approachable, we get real competitive.
Oh, absolutely.
You mentioned that Dokkaebi is the one to grab here because of the actual lore of the game. Now, there are a lot of people here at this event dressed up in cosplay, and lore in Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, give them some applause. They work hard. The lore in Rainbow Six Siege has steadily increased to the point now where, you know, when I first started playing, and he first started playing, there was basically none. Will lore play a part in Dual Front, and will the events of future seasons find their way into this game mode?
So that's actually what we're trying to do with Dual Front. Bring some of the story into the game proper so that you get to experience the story itself. And so every single season, we'll be weaving in the lore of Siege into the updates that you see in Dual Front.
Now, when a team does successfully extract the hostage, what benefit does that give the team?
Oh, they're at the wrong. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they both just did the exact same thing.
Do they throw Dokkaebi into the net?
Well, they
Is
gotta
that
take
what
it
they're
to the right
supposed to
extraction
do?
point.
I'm not...
But whenever they do end up getting it to the right, getting hostage to the right extraction point, and then having her airlifted out, you actually gain 2 sectors of the current objective or the next objective that you're going on. So if you have 1 sector left on, say, sector 2, it'll click forward on 2.
Okay, and so that won't, so like for example, on Bravo's side, they already have 2 of those sectors, or not sectors captured, but they have, you know, halfway through.
Actually, yeah, on either side of the match right now, whoever secures the assignment will win.
Oh.
But like, they just have to get them to the right extraction zone, and there's only 20 seconds left to get it done.
And what happens if you don't complete this task? Then it just
Oh.
goes.
They figured it
Sorry,
out.
I'm too excited now.
And so this is actually
All right.
an air tap
All right, there we go. That was the first match, everybody. That was the first match.
So that's the thing. You
You got like some diffusing, and then you gotta like escort the freaking the hostage, like the old freaking Rainbow Six.
All things
That's pretty cool.
Siege, you have multiple ways to pull off.
That's right.
a win. We've got more.
Yeah,
we
they got more in the
we got more
screenshot.
games
You
going,
up
by
on the
way.
stream.
So this one is finished, but next one up, we're going worldwide. Raza versus Pestily. Now, Team Raza have some pretty formidable players on them. And I wonder how they'll be able to tackle Dual Front. We saw a more objective focus in that Pengu versus Spoit matchup than in the first. And again, it's going to come down to the way that teams tackle these objectives. Do you go for
Yeah,
kills?
it's not popping
Do you
up on
fight
my,
for each of the sections of the map, or do you battle, as we just saw, in that neutral zone nonstop? And for the Spoit and Pengu matchup, the neutral zone was the way to go. They ended up winning because of it.
But again, that's the beauty of this being a new game mode, is there isn't a right or wrong way to play this. You can play it what you see fit, what you want to do. You make those tactical adjustments of whether you're rotating players or seizing a moment, seizing an opportunity, and then even collapsing and falling back if necessary. So again, we are going through and through to be seeing any way possible.
Not too sure what's going on in my drop, everybody. Hopefully I can figure this out so I can play. If I can't figure this out, I might be
run
screwed.
into you guys in one of these matches and quickly realize,
Unless
okay,
one of y'all
this is
give me
what
a
we need
freaking
to
code.
Whatever meta we've developed, it's going out the window.
I just keep
as
you in
soon
mind
as
later.
players get into the beta, because players just learn the game faster than anyone else on the dev team, and so that's going to evolve so quickly we won't even recognize it in a week.
Well, his game is finished, so let's hear what Pengu's thoughts on Dual Front are.
Yes,
I'm
likely,
over
and
here
I'll
with
just
the
keep you in mind
wonderful
when
Pengu,
whenever I
everybody.
get it.
Thanks so much for
Mine's-
joining us
look at
today. How
this.
you feeling?
It's not there.
Excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit
Is yours
nervous.
there? Does it
When I
pop
came
up
into
here
it,
for you?
I went
You
0-3,
checked drops
got no
inventory?
kills in the beginning. I was
Hey,
like,
look,
I'm
it says it right
chomping.
here.
But then the teamwork started happening, and next
I
we
got
started
them
making
lurked
some
right here.
calls, and it clicked. We got the W.
Lovely. I'm sort of curious, what do you think about mixing attackers and defenders? How's that feeling?
I love it because it creates even more flexibility than before. Obviously, Siege has been about soft destruction, hard destruction. Now you have stuff like Capcan traps if you're defending, mute jammers. For example, Priest and I, we start defending the bomb site. He's playing castle. I'm playing mute. We're locking them out of the map, essentially. And then if we join them on the attack, we can play more aggressive operators like the Grim, for example.
Amazing. Have you found any OP combos?
I can't talk about that because, like, what if people, they copy it and they beat us, you know? So no, can't leak strats right now.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to let you get back
Oh,
to
they're
it. Thank you
trying.
so
They're
much.
trying.
Thank you, Patricia. You can take Pengu out of the game, and his former team did, but you can't take the player. I gotta get my digs in. But you can't take the player out of the actual match. He's not even giving away secrets in a show match. Like, come on.
Saving strats for SI.
Yeah, exactly. He's saving strats for the next match. Team Raza versus Team Pestily is up next. A reminder about those drops. I mentioned that we have partnered streamers. Everybody here is streaming as well. And we've got streamers at home that are also co-streaming this. Tune in and get to enjoy the action. I know that you want to hear us, but you've also got other people to tune in too. Now, that matchup between Spoit and Pengu went by pretty quickly. How does that match up with your expectations of a typical game of Dual Front?
So one of the interesting things about the neutral sector assignment is it randomly triggers in the middle of a match between, I think it's like 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Is that right?
It's like first 5 in.
Yeah.
Like, so after 5, it can happen at any time.
So they already were pretty advanced in the match, and then it did end. So that's about the time that you can expect. 15 to 20 minutes is the average game length, and then you can jump into the next one right away. So you get a lot in a little package.
Hold on a second. Gentlemen, I'm seeing something here on your screen. Does your outfit show up on the loading screen before you get into Dual Front?
Absolutely. You got to flex whatever you got.
I think it's called Skinner-jizing. Raza, that's your own teammate.
Well, he's got to take off the shades. I think he's a little discombobulated.
He can't see right now. He's too cool. Too cool for school. That's something that we haven't really seen a lot of, right? Like, there's always been chatter online about, oh, like the player cards before the match should show my skins. In Dual Front, you've now made it so that out
So after
that match up with your expectations of a typical game of Dual Front?
So one of the interesting things about the neutral sector assignment is it randomly triggers in the middle of a match between, I think it's like 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Is that right?
It's like first 5 in.
Yeah.
Like, so after 5, it can happen at any time.
So they already were pretty advanced in the match, and then it did end. So that's about the time that you can expect. 15 to 20 minutes is the average game length, and then you can jump into the next one right away. So you get a lot in a little package.
Hold on a second, gentlemen, I'm seeing something here on your screen. Does your outfit show up on the loading screen before you get into Dual Front?
Absolutely. You got to flex whatever you got.
I think it's called skinnergizing. Raza, that's your own teammate.
Well, he's got to take off the shades. I think he's a little discombobulated.
He can't see right now. He's too cool. Too cool for school. That's something that we haven't really seen a lot of, right? Like, there's always been chatter online about, oh, like the player cards before the match should show my skins. In Dual Front, you've now made it so that when you load into a game, your outfit and your gun skin are shown off.
So I also did notice when you first initially start out, you aren't just able to quickly run in to a different sector. You are blocked off right there. Is that essentially similar to a prep phase, or?
That's exactly the intent there, is that it gives time for those in the defending lane to actually do their setup and get ready. It gives time for the intel to be gathered by the attackers. I'll let this be known that the neutral sector is always neutral. So if you want to frag it out as soon as you start, you can go and, do it there.
That's interesting. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that love to hear you say that just want to get straight into the thick of it.
And just like regular Siege, or core Siege, if I can call it that, destruction is a huge part of this. You talked about it as well. But we just got to see it firsthand. A lot of these teams are kind of treating this like team deathmatch. Beautiful is that? That's the rappel, by the way, that was shown, that you can now swing around corners.
Amazing.
The very first time in our very first match that we just saw that, the crowd went wild. I don't know if you heard that, but no, destruction, it plays a huge part. I mean, a lot of these teams, again, are treating it like a team deathmatch, but here, you can reshape the map to your advantage.
That's right. And even, we saw it before, you can reshape the neutral sector. In fact, one of the things that we've been playing with is you can jump into the neutral sector before you attack, reinforce where you need to, or open up where you need to, so that you actually lay the groundwork for the match to evolve.
So I did notice within these sectors, there are still default cameras that are up. And we've already talked about regenerative utility. Is that the same thing with barricades? If a team just is absolutely not attacking, they're more focused on defending, where they just immediately fell off, will those barricades come back up? Or is that through and through, once that destructibility is there, it's permanent?
Yeah, once the destructibility is going in place in the match, it's kind of the story of that match. So we allow that to be the permanent beats that had happened throughout it. So if anything's being broken down, like we talked about the cheat code where you got a soft wall, maybe not reinforcing it right away is a good move. So you get that second layer of destruction happening. But once it gets direct, then you reinforce it. And now that's a second barrier to stall them out.
Josh has given that key intel for everyone listening, so you might want to take him up on that. There's a little tricks of the trade of this. Don't barricade right away. Wait for it to start being destroyed and then put it up.
Another interesting thing, though, when it comes to destruction, you'll see that the barricades are color-coded. And that's because the team that has their own color can tear it down. And so you can see a sector evolve over time as the new barricades of the attacking team come up, because now they're reinforcing it and the defenders have to recapture.
We've spent almost a decade of watching round by round things reset. It's a little bit odd to see persistent destruction in this game. So, I mean, you'd see it in TDM from time to time when eventually, a map would be reduced to smithereens. But not only do you see it now, but it plays a much bigger impact than it does in TDM, right? TDM is a fun game mode, but here there's much more strategy, as you pointed out. And the way you go about it will only deepen people's understanding of how to play this game.
You know, Raza just displayed that perfectly of questioning whether or not that was one of his fellow Capcans or another team's trap, and then scanned it to see if it was, found out it was, and then shot that. Again, that's another thing as a veteran player, when you're going to be experiencing this, you are going to have to be so aware of the utility that is placed around the map, placed around the sector, because you don't know if it's yours. You don't know if it's the other team. You always have to be on alert. So again, it adds such another core development.
Yeah, we're listening in right now, everybody. We're listening in while I'm trying to like troubleshoot on their Discord.
Absolutely. We're just moments away from starting our last match of the day. Gentlemen, it's been great having you here, and I'm assuming you'll be riding along for that last one. But is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't seen yet, by any chance?
Actually, we've seen quite a bit here that we haven't dug into yet, and we're about to, because there are changes that are coming that you might have seen in Dual Front. They're coming to the entire game. So we'll be talking more about that very soon, actually.
You're just going to tease people?
Yep, that's
You're
it.
not
even just teasing people, teasing us.
Teasing
You
us.
can whisper in our ears before you head out.
Admittedly, we had to tease them earlier on with the new game mode and all that special stuff, but good things come to those who wait. Our very last matchup of the day is upon us for Dual Front, at least. Team Skittles, who you heard from earlier, and Team Meaty Marley will do battle. Fun fact about both of these team captains, both of them started their careers hiding their identity, and we eventually got a Skittles face reveal, and now we know what Meaty Marley looks like. The question is, game. Will their gameplay be as handsome as they are?
Oh, yeah.
I think they will, but something that really
make sure
sticks
it's
out
what
to
you
me
want.
with both these rosters, if you were to ask me, who do you think's the
man.
favorite here? I don't have one, for the simple fact that your boy Roy and Atheno look a little deflated in their biceps. I don't think they got their pumping for the day. So you're definitely going to have to rely on the five players, I should say, on each side to pick up the weight from both those two.
I have a slight suspicion as to what the devs were talking about, by the way, because they said there's something that we're changing in regular Siege that wasn't mentioned, but it was briefly shown on the reveal video before this. And then we saw what looked like a pipe on fire, which, as far as I'm aware, Gabriel, there's no operator who puts down explosive pipes.
No, there isn't, and I was curious of that too, because, I mean, you know, as chefs, we add tons of ingredients to our meals and for people to digest. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is that ingredient is now being added into the gameplay that we all know and love in Siege. Again, we don't have operators that are laying down these pipes that can be shot. Is he going to shoot it? No, he's not going to shoot it. Unfortunately.
And as for what that quote-unquote ingredient might be, the devs will be talking about that later on. I do like that we have a big mix of players here in Atlanta. You've got controller players, you've got mouse and keyboard players, you've got Siege vets, you've got former pros, you've got world champions, you've got people who, as far as I'm aware, might not have ever really touched Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I mean, Narcoleptic Nugget, he doesn't touch Siege. I mean, look at the gameplay right there. I know we know him from Siege, but I'm a little disappointed in his gameplay so far.
This was the man whose biceps you made fun of earlier.
Yeah, I know I'm going to regret it because, I mean...
Do you think he could take you in a fight?
Yes, for sure. I mean, look at him. He's so locked in. Huh? Actually, I lied. He just missed that.
Well, it was through a wall.
Oh, was it?
There are outlines on operators as well, because as you might have noticed on the top of the screen, the teams can run the same ops.
They can.
So you can have two vigils on the board at the same time. We saw in one of our earlier matches, there were two docks on the board. And outlines are very important to be able to distinguish, is it a friendly dock or is it an enemy dock?
Well, I mean, that's something that you're going to have to decipher, like I was saying, with the utility that's going to be on the map. You're going to have to keep in mind a mental awareness of, okay, we're seeing it right
What's
there.
this? No, Macy, get off drone!
See, he's not, you know, he's not appreciating. Okay.
There it is.
Okay, so that's interesting. So, you know, we talked about operators not being able to lay anything like that, but in similarity to a Capital Bolt, similar to a Goyo canister, I mean, this creates a completely different new look and what we can see in Siege X.
This has been an interesting matchup between these two teams. They're playing it very slow, which is in stark contrast to the first game that we saw that had Uzi killing everybody in the server. Now, they talked a lot about this neutral sector, and It's coming in pretty quickly. Again, it can spawn at different intervals. This one in just under a minute, and it'll be only 9 minutes into action. Will these teams pay that neutral sector and the assignment that comes with it the same respect that we saw from that Pengu and Spoit matchup? That is the question. Uh-oh.
Now I am curious how long. Okay, so that flame actually does get put out pretty quickly.
It's not a Goyo canister.
No, it's not.
Goyo canister lasts 20 seconds. That looked like about 3.
That I don't even think 3. Maybe like 2. But I think we could be wrong. I'll wait. I'll wait to see.
You're
if
gonna fight with
anything-
me over a single second?
No. Completely unrelated to what we were just about to talk about that we might see later on. But I mean, so far, this game mode is intense. There seems to be constant action no matter where you're looking, whether you are the one defending or you are the one attacking.
Now, speaking of, Alpha has to defend against the diffuser that's been put down while also dealing with the hostage objective in the middle of the map. That's the assignment that has spawned in. So you've got 6 players on your team. How many do you send to deal with that diffuse kit, and how many do you send to deal with the assignment?
That's the biggest thing. You know, if I'm in this situation, I'm sending at least 3. At least 3.
To which one?
To the neutral sector, to go for that hostage and keeping 1 on one end and 2 on the other, so that way you are still covering all of your bases where you need to, covering those sectors, making sure not only you can defend, but you can still attack, but you can still go for that neutral sector. And they're trying to go. Okay, they did get it.
Varsity managed to pull it off.
I am curious if they know where to bring and extract the hostage here, whereas in the previous game, they were unfamiliar, which I think it's going to be the exact same situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth noting that everybody who is playing this game has little to no experience.
I deleted both your messages. Right now, I have 2 screens. Hold on, I'm actually going to pause everything. Gaby aimbots. My bad. I'm right now trying to figure out why my drops aren't working. So I have 2 computers here. You can see right here. I have this computer right here, and I'm on my email trying to do stuff. And then we have it on the other screen right here. I'm sorry it bothered you so much that you literally had to say all that. Like, honestly, if you're not enjoying the content, you can just go somewhere else. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just you were being rude. So I'm just kind of calling you out on it. And we're going to continue watching. I'm sorry I haven't said anything. Sorry there isn't any commentary right now. Normally I'm doing some like little bit of commentary over what we're doing right now. I'm really focused on trying to see if I can get this like beta key working so that way I can play the game with y'all. We can kind of check out what's going on Rainbow Six Siege. And I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you're having a good day with that one. Sorry, I had to clap back a little bit. Yeah, my bad, yo. My bad.
Different skill levels.
Here, I'll just do this. How's this?
Etc. You will be able to get your hands on this beta for Dual Front later today. Again, link your Ubisoft Connect, link your Twitch account, and watch this stream or one of the partnered streams for about 30 minutes, and then you'll be in. You'll be able to play on PC and current gen consoles. Now, it looks like Skittles might be able to pull it off.
I think he's going to.
Funny because we listened to the on-boarder, the don't board the helicopter.
But
when
now
the
you're bored.
the literal opposite is the focus here.
I mean, it's up to that one Brit to shut this out right here and not make sure. And Skittles, I mean, my God, that was devastating right there. And now he's gonna go for it. I mean, again, this is a beautiful thing, once again, is where you're not just focused on the sectors. You do have to focus on another objective, which is, again, it's so unique, and it still allows you to be in control of any scenario at any given moment, to be able to shift, to rotate, to be elusive, that you can't just focus on one thing. You have to shift your focus in other places through and through, which, again, for new players, old players, it allows you to constantly learn and adapt, which that's what Siege has been about for years.
And what you learn about this game mode is going to change very quickly.
Yes.
Assignments will be changing. Oh!
Do it again! Do it again!
Capture 1/3 complete.
I don't think they're capable of hearing us. But again, just to kind of underscore how this game mode will be supported, a season in Rainbow Six Siege is about 3 months, give or take, because we have 4 a year, just like regular seasons. Twice a season, the operator lineup will change, which means that for a lot of players, as you're finding your footing, things will shift. And then at the start of each new season, the assignment will change. Right now, it's rescue Dokkaebi, pick up the hostage, get her to the helicopter, save her, but who knows what's next? There's one thing that I've noticed that isn't present, and that's anything to do with secure area. If you look at the original 3 game modes of Rainbow Six Siege, you have the regular bomb, which is the whole premise of Dual Front. You have Hostage, which is the special assignment, but where is secure area? Could it be coming next or coming at some point in future seasons?
Well, we're already getting something brand new with Dual Front, and it already being a heap loads of different things involved. So we could see an entirely different brand new mode introduced. Well, I mean, you know what I mean entirely.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, honestly, everything's up in the air of what could be brought in.
And it allows the developers to toy with the game, frankly. The Siege X formula has been around and has been tweaked over time. And you're going to see some more of those tweaks coming up in the next portion of this showcase in the core gameplay update section. But you can't really reinvent Siege. But if you want to experiment, Dual Front is a great game mode where you can take those liberties and try out some new stuff, and who knows? Just as right now, original core Siege has influenced Dual Front, something could be cooked up for this game mode that is popular enough, maybe one day down the line, we see it in the core game. Maybe not. This is us idly speculating, but again, it gives the devs a chance. Oh, it gives the devs a chance to talk about this new game mode.
And of course he's MVP.
Of course. We've got our last interview for Dual Front with Fastan and Patricia.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're here, everybody.
Hey, Fastan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I'm so excited to be here. The game's been a lot of fun. It's been great.
Oh, amazing. Thank you for letting
They're
me take the
vibing,
time to pick your
everybody.
brain. I actually wanted to ask you about strategy. How's the team strategy been? How's that evolving?
Well, our team's doing really good on the strategy front. I feel like, with the people that we're playing against, people said we were not going to stand a chance with some major winners against us or something like that. We played 2 games yesterday, 1 game today. All I want to say is we are 3-0 up in games because we are taking Dokkaebi as our win condition. If you get Dokkaebi in the extractor, you actually get 2/3 off a sector, and that's been helping us win 3 games in a row, and it's been absolutely amazing so far.
Oh, amazing insight. Thank you so much, Fastan. Really appreciate your time being here. Can't wait for more gameplay.
Well, thank you so very much. And again, it's great to have everybody here under one roof playing this game, and we get to get real-time opinions on what we're watching, because we only get to see their perspective, but they get to play it, they get to experience it, and almost every single match played differently.
Yeah. Well, it goes into what I was saying. This is a brand new game mode. It's unexplored. Everyone is going to be approaching it entirely different, whether it's going to be here or you guys later once this all wraps up. It is an unfamiliar area for everybody. So again, there isn't going to be a meta just yet. Who knows? There might not even be a meta in general because there is many factors to take into here that we just have not seen throughout Siege's history.
And if you're new to this stream and just catching up to speed, the game mode we just watched, the new permanent 6v6 game mode coming to Siege X, is going to be playable later today. We'll be giving out beta keys to those who have their Ubisoft Connect and Twitch accounts linked together. So you can get the keys here, you can get it from the partnered streams as well. You just got to watch about 30 minutes, then you'll get access to the beta code. It'll go live when the show wraps up later today. But we've got Patricia ready yet again. As I said, this show's going to go quick. I didn't lie. Patricia, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Intero and Laxing. How are you guys enjoying Dual Front? Pretty cool. You just heard them talking about some core gameplay updates that we will be revealing in the next segment. So all that's left is for me to set the stage. Please welcome back directors Alexander Karpazes and Christopher Budgeon.
And there's the devs, everybody. Look how happy they are.
With Siege X, we're taking Rainbow Six Siege to new heights.
They got that. We
Launching
have a AAA
June 10th
title.
at
Smile,
the start
everybody.
Of Year 10 Season 2. This evolution of Siege builds upon everything that makes the game so special. In the first part of our showcase, we showed you Dual Front, our new 6v6 game mode. And there's a lot more to talk about. Siege X will deliver sweeping updates across all of Siege, with a strong focus on modernizing our maps, refining our gameplay, and evolving our audio, with much, much more to come.
The game's about to evolve, everybody. Their
At
game's
its
about to
heart,
evolve.
Our philosophy remains the same. Reinforce what makes Siege so unique. Its deep tactics, intense strategy, and the thrill of outsmarting your opponents.
But before we dive into what's next, we want to take a moment to recognize those who have made all of this possible. You, our players. And I bet there's some veteran players in this very room. Your commitment and support over the years has shaped Siege into what it is today. And we have something special to show our appreciation.
This is
take
pretty
a look
cool,
at
everybody.
our veteran rewards. This is a special
Here it is,
way
cycling.
to
Look,
celebrate
look, look.
your time with Siege. For each year you've been with us, you'll receive a unique reward to honor your dedication. If you've been with us since year 3, for example, you'll receive 7 rewards from year 3 to year 9. And
I'm
for
a
those
baby.
who
I'm
have
not
been
gonna
with
get
us
any
since
rewards,
year
everybody.
1,
I wasn't
we've
cool
prepared
enough.
something truly special. A new, exclusive black ice skin.
Look at that.
This is our way of saying thank you for standing with us through every battle, every season, and every moment that continues to shape the future of Siege.
We also want to celebrate your legacy in Siege with a special badge of honor. This exclusive badge marks the year you
When are you
joined the
gonna get
fight,
Cyclo? You've been playing
a
this game,
testament to your
right?
dedication
I know you used
and
to play this
journey
game a bunch.
in the game. Whether you're
can get
a
it all the
recent
way from
recruit
2015.
or a battle-hardened veteran, this badge is yours to wear with pride. Now, it's time to talk about an important
That's the
change that's
OG
coming
player
to the game.
badge. What do y'all think?
Recently, we introduced crossplay, giving you the ability to play with your friends no matter which platform they're on. With Siege X, we're tearing down barriers, ready to welcome more players that want to experience the best
Cross-platform. What do you know?
FPS. We want to make it easier to invite your friends to play the game. We want to continue to grow the community. And we want to continue to build this game with veterans and
A
new
game that's
players
going to be
from
free to
around
play
the
and
world.
cross-platform.
Starting
Who would have
June
thought it's a
10th,
good
with the
formula?
launch of Siege X, new players will be able to download the game for free and jump directly into the Siege experience.
See, that's what has me the most excited, everybody. That's the main reason I didn't play this game. It cost me
Free
50,
access
60 bucks.
will help grow the Siege
I didn't have money
community,
for that.
But we want to ensure that Siege remains fair and protected, particularly for Ranked and Siege Cup. So, let's break it all down so you know what to expect as a new player and a veteran.
I like this next part they got coming up. Did I get a code?
Our brand new game mode,
Cycling's
Dual
going to help me out, I think.
Learn the
I can't get my
mechanics through our
drop
onboarding
working.
Playlists, sharpen their skills in quick match, have fun in seasonal events, and we heard you. Unranked is making its long-awaited comeback.
Look at that, everybody. You get all that for free, everybody. You get all that for free.
Unranked offers a competitive yet approachable experience for free access players to test their skills and explore the new pick and ban system, which you'll see in action in our show match later on. Free access players can experience
You're not cooked,
core
Cy-
Siege
you're not
gameplay
cooked, Cy-
and access
Look,
training modes,
look at that.
earn XP, and unlock rewards. As part of the new onboarding process, players can earn and customize up to 26 operators through play. Additional operators can still be unlocked using the currency they earn to continue to grow their roster.
I'm gonna applause and say, this is a pretty freaking good setup, everybody. I know it's not all heroes free to play like Marvel Rivals, but they're like, here, have like a majority of the cast and then there'll be a couple exclusive. But they're taking a game that used to be $40, $60, they're making it free, and then they have all those playlists. And then what I think is really cool, and this is what really caught my eye, they're about to talk about it, is that there's a level cap to enter ranked, which I think is really good because it's a higher one than usual, but I think it's actually better that way to onboard people. And also, so there's not a crap ton of smurfing, because I feel like games where you can, get the level, whatever, 10 or whatever, and then enter rank, those games always have a ridiculous smurfing problem. And you've already seen it in some of these newer titles, am I right, everybody? So this setup that they got going on, I think is pretty good. Like, this is actually legit, because they still got monetization. it's interesting. They don't got all heroes free to play, but I think it's good that they give you a nice starter roster.
And reserved for those who unlock the next level of Siege
It's not like, oh,
competition
here's like
through
6
premium access.
heroes, so you have
And
just
as
like the
always,
bare minimum.
you'll
They're
need
like,
to
no,
be
you can
level
have these
50 to
27,
participate.
and then there'll be some extras.
Also, I want to reassure
That's
our
actually
dedicated
pretty
players,
decent, everybody.
You will keep access to everything you have.
And then it's like Overwatch to Overwatch 2, where you keep everything if you used to play the game. Like, this is good. Like, all the people that still played the game, they're all vibing. And then all the new players got all this, like, stuff that used to cost money to just buy the game and play for free. And then if you want to get more into it and invest more, you can. I think this is good for the type of setup they used to have, transitioning into a new meta. Like, this is good.
To everything you've earned over the past 10 years. Your access to our competitive playlists, such as Ranked in Siege Cup, your progression, your operators, your inventory, will all be yours to keep and to continue building for the future. No payments or action required to transfer your progress. As Siege continues to grow, we're not just preserving your legacy, we're refreshing the experience for every player. With SiegeX, our totally revamped UI will be more than just a new coat of paint. How you navigate through game modes, browse your battle pass, and interact with Siege is faster, it's more intuitive, and more immersive. The UI overhaul also streamlines your experience as you track your journey as a Siege player. So whether you're a veteran bringing in new friends or a fresh recruit, we've revamped Siege's global progression system. Clearance levels, reward unlocks, and challenges have been improved, making it easier to track your progress and navigate the early stages of the game. Our focus was to make getting into Siege as fun as possible, while giving you the tools you need to learn the deep and rewarding systems of the game.
We're thrilled to welcome new players into Siege with free access. And we know that a growing community comes with responsibility. With SiegeX, we're making sure the game is the most secure it's ever been. That means industry-leading player protection, fairer matchmaking, and continued efforts to encourage a positive game that welcomes everyone. First, let's talk about game security.
Last month at the Six Invitational, we introduced R6 Shield Guard, our latest anti-cheat initiative. To catch up on the current status of R6 Shield Guard, let's hear from programming team lead Adrian Fraisse.
They got that anti-cheater, but everybody's been upping their anti-cheats lately. Very interesting.
At SI, we introduced our new initiative, Rainbow Six Shield Guard. R6 Shield Guard takes a multifaceted approach to anti-cheat. Our QB system distributes different executables to our players, preventing tampering and issuing sanctions when detected. Binary hardening is the act of encrypting and hardening our game code to make it even more difficult to
They ain't gonna have crazy amount of cheat codes, everybody.
Have rendered cheat makers' capacity to come back online much harder, with some of them exiting the scene entirely. Gameplay violation, our in-game defense system that allows for detecting players performing impossible behavior within the game, like sprinting while shooting. This system basically renders raid cheating a thing of the past, and we are working to keep it that way. Our next line of defense, Mousetrap, detects the use of mouse and keyboard in console pools. Our final line of defense is data. We use AI and analytics to detect irregular and exploitative behavior in the game. With SiegeX, our Shield Guard updates live without the need of a scheduled maintenance. Cheats will be harder, more difficult, and costlier to make, and cheat makers won't be able to anticipate security updates before they come in. Our Shield Guard is a long-term investment. We're here to stay, and we can't wait to share more.
We're taking anti-toxicity in the game seriously as well, and we've made huge strides to make sure that everyone feels comfortable playing the game. We've doubled down on our mission. There is no room for abusive language and harassment in Siege. Here's Lancelot Seige, Associate Director of Player Protection and Game Security, to talk about the systems we have in place.
We know that toxicity has become more frequent in game, especially with a constant increase over the past 2 years. But the good news is, since Year 9 Season 4, the past December, we are now seeing the first decrease in toxicity. This is thanks to features such as our rework reputation system, that addresses recurrent toxicity while rewarding constant positive behavior. Plus, our recently implemented automated text chat moderation. Since its release in Year 9 Season 4, the number of unacceptable messages
Is it like Riot's Vanguard? Is that what you're saying, Mello?
Improve and balance
it's a good and a
detections.
bad thing.
We are also
They barely got any
to
cheaters
protect
over in
potential
Valorant, right?
targeted players with our
It's not like,
privacy setting
you know,
features.
Counter-Strike.
In Year 10,
Counter-Strike's really
the
bad with
reputation
it.
system is fully activated.
I think they're really just trying to knuckle down on those dudes.
Dishonorable standing have been removed from ranked, standard, and Siege Cup matches as they were impacting 25% of games played. Players with a positive standing are receiving rewards and specific
You're having trouble with your Ubisoft?
The more constructive feedbacks we receive, the better and fairer our systems are. To do so, use the in-game report function or contact us through R6Fix. We are listening to your feedback, and player protection will continue to evolve to make sure that the game is safe for you, even more with free access.
They're trying to make sure those free-to-play trolls aren't going to be trolling everybody. They know with free-to-play, a lot of new people that might not care too much about the series coming in, try it out, and you know how sometimes people like that can be kind of toxic in free-to-play. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Now, let's talk about the maps and visual.
Yo, I just like all the people in the crowd with the tack gear. Like, what's up with that, everybody? They all got their tack gear on. I got mine on too. Look.
Siege gameplay. Siege X isn't just about the new experiences. It's about making
got that tack gear, yo.
Siege you love
tactical.
even better. From mechanics to quality of life improvements and everything in between, we're ushering in a new era for Siege.
One of the biggest changes coming to Siege is our modernized map update. We know how important maps are in Siege, and we've been hard at work improving visuals, readability, and overall gameplay flow to make every engagement more tactical and immersive. These updates will enhance lighting and textures and be more in line with the dark, gritty tone that people picture when they think of Siege, all while maintaining the strategic depth players love. But words can only do so much, so let's take a look at how these changes come to life in action.
Ooh. New gen graphics. Rainbow Six Siege. X, everybody. They got the X. Oh, look at that. That was a massive difference. Up in those graphics, everybody. They up in them graphics. Can our graphics cards handle it? Hopefully. The requirements for this game weren't that high. It said like 1650 NVIDIA to run it. Like, there's probably going to be like a good performance mode and stuff.
Right.
They're probably showing it off on high quality there to, you know, get the graphics enthusiasts all hyped up.
Clubhouse, chalet, bank, cafe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably optimized.
After the season of Siege X's debut,
Like, I bet you on performance mode, it just looks like the old maps. And then as the graphics go up, it looks like, you know, Siege X.
We've done
You gonna play this one, Mello? You gonna play this one?
We've rebuilt the lighting engine to bring more realistic atmosphere with richer contrast and colors. All major surfaces have been redone, with materials looking more real thanks to updated,
free to play, yeah.
physically based rendering
That's what they were talking about before.
displacement mapping,
You came in right after they
compensation,
showed that
and
too.
increased
It's
resolution.
free to play, like
For PC
right.
players, that means an optional true 4K texture pack for the sharpest, most detailed
they got 4K.
environments possible. For those watching the stream, we'll be sharing all of these videos today at full resolution so you can see the difference. Building on the technology of lighting and modernized maps, we're also introducing a feature that adds a whole new layer to tactical awareness.
I don't feel like rewinding.
First-person shadows.
You still love some Vegas? Maybe I'll catch the bug? Look at this.
Now you'll have to think twice about your positioning. If you're entering a room or passing a hallway, you'll be able to see whether your shadow is revealing your location to waiting enemies. This small
Ooh, they got
but crucial
shadows.
detail makes movement and positioning more important than ever. The reason we can make all these changes and still ensure...
I just gotta pause. Back in Spellbreak, yo, when we would fight, yo, shadows really are important. And when I first ever noticed it, it was when I got really good at Spellbreak. Because if you were in like a crazy fight where like you're both like hopping around like crazy in the air, and they get like a crazy dash or spring step above you in the air, they could like block the sun or whatever potentially, and I would be able to find them and track them by looking at their shadow on the ground and turning up in the direction where they were at. I'm completely off topic, but I just think it's interesting that they point out how shadows are important in this game. And when he said that, that's what popped in my mind, was being able to catch tempests that were spring stepping all over me because I saw their shadow and was able to read where they were going because of the shadow.
competitive experience is because of a major change we're doing in making our enemy outlines updated.
When we talk about stealth in Siege, we want players to focus on how much noise they make, not how visible they are. We always want enemies to be clear and identifiable. The new outline system means, even with the more immersive lighting, enemies can't hide in the shadows. This is a big change, but one that over time feels natural and ensures a fun and fair game. As usual, we'll keep listening to your feedback and make adjustments as needed.
Nello, this next part's gonna make you raise your eyebrow. You ready? You ready?
The repel update in Siege X, bringing more options
Got the mirror's edge.
to the most unique movement mechanics in first-person shooters.
Repelling has always been a defining feature of Siege, but we knew it could be even better. With advanced repel, you can now sprint along the wall, and you can pull off what we saw Callie do back in the Playbook story trailer. You can now transition around corners while on repel, including when sprinting. Here's those improvements in-game.
Got that mirror's edge movement. Wait till you see it in the first. Wait till you see it. Like the cinematic. Wait till you actually see it. They didn't show yet. They only showed it for like 2 seconds and they made it look cool from a bunch of angles. But it actually looks pretty cool.
On a wall and executing a plan so much more satisfying.
It's all about giving players more control, making movement feel natural, intuitive, and immersive. This is why we've also taken the time to update our basic movement in the game to include momentum as well. No more
momentum, y'all know I like that.
True flow and responsiveness. Let me give you a concrete example of this in action. Picture yourself moving across the bed in the bedroom gym side of Clubhouse. Before the changes, as soon as you ran off the bed, you would immediately stop running, drop straight down, and then start running again once you've landed on the floor.
Ah, W changes there.
Movement update, you will continue to run off of short drops and carry your momentum with you. This achieves a new level of flow and immersion in the moment-to-moment action of Siege. We can't wait to see the creative plays that these changes will inspire.
Simple but effective with that one.
And new movements. Let's dive into something that's going to shake up gameplay itself. Say hello to destructible ingredients.
Destructible ingredients, everybody, not environment. Destructible ingredients.
Every detail matters. Your intel, your loadout,
They already had destructible environment in this game,
but
but now they got
above all
ingredients,
else,
everybody.
Your environment.
You can shoot the freaking fire freaking extinguisher and get missed? Oh, there you go. I've seen that in a couple of the games, right? Well, they got it in this game now. It's cool. They're taking a lot of elements that was kind of missing from the current meta of like shooters and like splash it in, like the ones that make sense. That just shows me how like Rainbow Six was always like a more old school type of vibe, everybody.
I freaking love these
It
things.
really was.
Destructible ingredients are shaking things up in Siege, bringing fresh tactical opportunities for both attackers and defenders. These aren't just environmental details, they're strategic tools that swing the outcome of combat engagements in modernized maps and dual front. First up, fire extinguishers. You'll see these scattered across the map, and when they're destroyed, they release a thick cloud of smoke.
What game have I
giving you
seen
some
this
quick
done
visual
already
cover,
in? What
but that's
game?
not
What
all.
game, everybody?
If an
I feel like
enemy
I've
is
seen it
standing
already
too
in a
close
shooter.
when one
But...
burst, they'll be concussed.
Oh, what?
Setting you up
You
for
can
the
get
perfect kill.
flashed during it? That's new.
Next, we have gas pipes, and these can really disrupt the flow of the fight. Shoot it, and it releases a controlled flame, cutting off rotations and forcing roamers to move. But here's the catch. Once the fire reaches its peak, the pipe explodes, covering the area in flames and creating a brutal area denial effect. And finally,
Let me see.
metal detectors. You have seen these before, but they're a little more responsive than you've come to know them. Metal detectors are now fully interactive.
I'm guessing nobody liked the metal
You can
detectors, so now you can blow them up.
temporarily or permanently, giving you the control over when movement is detected. Do you disable them to sneak through unnoticed, or leave them on to bait enemies into giving away their position?
I mean, if
can
you do
even
that,
destroy them
you're gonna
outright
get
with explosives.
noticed anyways. A very interesting change there. Are you gonna be able to like
These
hack
destructible
them?
ingredients introduce new tactical possibilities, giving players more ways to manipulate their surroundings and outplay their opponents.
Each of these destructible ingredients adds a new layer of strategy and creates fresh opportunities for creative play. Whether you're using them to gain an advantage or counter an opponent's plan, they'll keep every round dynamic and unpredictable. We can't wait to see the tactical strategies you'll come up with. Destructible ingredients will be available in modernized maps and in the dual front game mode. And we're not done working on destructible ingredients. We'll be listening to all of you to see how we evolve them in the future. Speaking of listening, audio in Siege is one of the most important tools a player can use to get a competitive edge. That's why we're introducing the biggest audio overhaul Siege has ever seen or heard. Every gunshot, footstep, and explosion will be more accurate, more immersive, and more clear than ever before. You're going to want to turn up your volume and put on your headphones for this one. Get ready to hear the difference.
Okay.
In Rainbow Six Siege, audio has been overhauled to convey a greater sense of accuracy in order to give players more cues to reliably detect enemy actions. These audio enhancements add a layer of spatial distinctions, making it easier to tell if someone is coming from your left or your right. Sound propagation has been upgraded, with sound traveling vertically and allowing players to know if an enemy is pushing from above or below. Sound also propagates through openings created in surfaces, offering
Oh, look at
more
that.
immersion. Sound reverberation is more realistic, relaying whether nearby actions are coming from a big
This actually
room,
looks kind of cool.
a small room,
Like there's like sound waves
indoors,
bouncing
or
off the
outdoors,
walls.
making pinpointing enemy locations more reliable. These audio innovations offer new tools to adjust response tactics, deliberately cause noise to draw rivals into an ambush, or use carpeted areas to limit the sound of infiltration, and use flashbangs to mask the sounds of powerful abilities, making for a more immersive, refined, and satisfying tactical shooter experience.
Very interesting. They got like sound waves bouncing off walls. I feel like not a lot of games do that. Most of the time it's just like a spherical radius.
With this audio overhaul, every sound in Siege is more precise and immersive than ever. You'll be able to pinpoint gunshots, footsteps, and explosions more accurately, whether they're coming from the left, the right, above, or below. Intel makes or breaks great plays in Siege. With these enhancements, audio has become an even greater Intel asset and is more reliable than ever. Audio will be able to provide the intel you need to succeed, but to truly dominate, teams need to be able to share that intel, coordinate attacks, and call out enemy positions. But we know that not everyone is comfortable using voice comms.
That's why we're introducing the Communication Wheel, a new tool to design communication faster, clearer, and more accessible for everyone.
In the heat of battle, communication is key. That's why the Communication Wheel is so important. It's your new way to call the shots and keep your squad in sync. Need help with a breach or a rotate? Call out the spot for your play. Is an area clear? Let your squad know it's safe to reposition. Ready to make a push? Tell your team you are moving in and lead the attack. And when a teammate makes the right move, confirm it with an okay or send them a quick thank you to keep the teamwork flowing. The Communication Wheel gives every player the tools to share their strategy regardless of their playstyle, keeping your team one step ahead.
We covered a lot of subjects, but what about weapons? We know how much players love their weapon skins, and now, for the first time in Siege, you can check them out with Weapon Inspect. I know, we've been looking forward to Weapon Inspect just as much as you have. Rifles, pistols, shotguns, Siege has over 100 weapons in the game, and you can inspect every single one of them on the battlefield. Now is the time to flex your favorite skins and appreciate
You hope they
every
fix the
single detail.
drops issue. Are you having the same issue I'm having?
You're about to see all of these changes in action in a 5v5 show match with your favorite creators. But before we get there, I wanted to take a moment to speak directly to all of our veteran players and community. I'd just like to personally thank you for making Siege what it is today.
Oh, you sound like
I
emotional.
myself am a year one player, and the last 10 years have been incredible. Thank you for the laughs.
Dude's about to cry, yo. You
Thank
hear
you
him?
for the revives. Thank you for the adrenaline pumping clutches. And thank you for the EMPs and cover fire as I was trying to open the main breach as my boy Thermite.
Right?
10
You
years
see
of
him?
this game and the moments that have come with it are truly something to celebrate. And I can assure you that we still have plenty in store throughout the year to celebrate this momentous milestone with all of you. We've been building towards this moment for 3 years.
Oh man, that's the passion right there. That's when you know you put your heart and soul into a game. And they are AAA, everybody. Rainbow Six Siege is a top tier game. It always has been for a while. It surprised me, honestly, when I saw it was top tier.
We've been building towards this moment for 3 years, and it feels unreal to finally be able to share it. Siege X marks the beginning of a new era of Rainbow Six Siege. This is our commitment to keeping Siege at the top as the best team-based tactical shooter out there.
Yeah, Uri stepping up to the plate.
This is our commitment to the next 10 years of Siege. And this is our commitment to you, our players, for being here this whole time. Thank you.
Oh, wow. He got emotional on that one, everybody. What do y'all think?
Rainbow Six Siege has changed my life, and I've had many players from around the world tell me the same thing. Siege X is the continuation of this life-changing game. And on behalf of the entire team, who are working so hard to build on the amazing legacy, we would like to thank you all.
Gaming moves forward,
The stories
everybody.
you share, the friends you make along the way, and the passion you have for the game inspires us to always make Siege better. And we have one more announcement. As
Here
you
we
know,
go.
our esports event, Reload, will take place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this May. And today we can say that we are excited to announce that this will be the first Siege competition ever played on Siege X.
Oh. There they go. They're bringing it to the big leagues.
Everything we just presented today will be there. The modernized maps, the overhauled audio, the new rappel mechanics, the works. Reload will also be the place for us to share with you the full roadmap for year 10 and give you an idea of what's to come after the launch of Siege X on June 10th. Before we jump into the 5v5 show match, I'm going to pass it over to Patricia.
So they're really going like the Counter-Strike 2 type of route here, everybody, and the other games, but that's the closest comparison. It's like they're taking the original game that was really, really good and evolving it, and adding a little bit of some innovation to it. And it's very interesting, everybody. I have a feeling it's gonna work out well for them. There might be some OGs that don't like some of these new, these new mechanics, this stuff. They want it back in the old days, but overall, it's gonna have a more positive effect on them as it makes the game fresh. It's gonna be interesting.
For all of you Ash fans out there.
The gaming meta
Let's
continues
take a
to
look.
evolve, everybody, and these developers are doing what they can to keep up with the competition. Yeah, look at the skins, about to win with my friends. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, hang with me on the stream. Then we meme, hit you with the beam. Got a Siege X badge. What is that? Now we going in. Clap.
Well, an awful lot of information, and I didn't really expect it to get so emotional. But to Josh's point, it's not just the devs whose lives have been made better by this game. It's both of us as well. It's many of you. We're not just a community. In a lot of ways, it feels like a family. And for the last 10 years, so many people's lives have been made better by Siege. So from both of us, a very heartfelt thanks to the dev team, to the publishers, to the developers who've worked on this, to the people on the esports side of things, to the streamers and content creators, but most importantly, to you watching. Because we wouldn't be here without you, the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's a surreal moment to be in this historical moment, a decade of Siege, and to think that we're now here with something brand new for each and every single person, whether from the beginning and to now. I mean, it is truly a heartfelt moment, not only for me, for you, and like you said, for everyone around to just be in this moment, to partake in this. And again, thank you to each and every single one of you.
And why don't you give yourself here in Atlanta a round of applause, because you've been great so far today. I know that there was some onion cutting going on moments ago, but this is ultimately a celebration, and you've been spectacular so far. We are not done just yet. We do have a show match coming up. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
For an X in chess.
Okay.
I just complimented you. How are you booing me? I'm right. That's very hurtful.
Maybe weapon inspect? Oh.
I'm weapon inspecting my cue cards. They love it. That's a cheap pop. That's a cheap pop. A lot of big updates to the core of Siege. We saw a lot of it during Dual Front, but now you'll get to see it in action in what is called Core Siege, the game that you know and love, the game that you've been playing for some of you maybe a couple months, some of you maybe a couple days, some of you maybe since the game launched in December 2015. We've decided to adopt another dev though. We had both Alex and Josh on earlier, and now we're gonna bring in our good friend Chris to talk about something else that is a little bit intriguing. It hasn't been in the game since the beginning, but it has become a fundamental part of Siege. And I am gonna put some blame on you. You're the reason why people's favorite operators aren't available in certain games. We're gonna be talking about pick and ban. While we talk about the pick and ban, let's get ready for Skittles versus Meaty Marley.
Pick
in
and ban
our
phase, look at this.
5v5 show match. Yeah, get loud, come on, you can do better than that.
I feel like that was like the same energy. I'm surprised it's not as loud.
Chris, there's something very different going on the screen right now. Care to walk us through it?
Yeah, we're now seeing our newly updated pick and ban system for ranked, Siege Cup, and the returning unranked. So each team will ban one operator before each round and up to 3 operators on each side. This new system is much faster to get into the action as both attack and defense ban in parallel. It also offers more strategic options when planning your next round, as you can ban with the knowledge of which site you want to defend or attack. For example, if you want to defend basement and chalet, you can ban Ram before the next round. You can also act on information you gain throughout the match. So if you notice they have a good smoke, you can take him off the table and force your opponents to switch up their defense. We are excited to see how this shakes up the meta. You can ban more ops, it's faster, and you have more intel to inform your decisions. We have a specific adaptation of this system for our esports competition. You'll see the esports version of this new pick and ban system in action for the first time at the Reload event in May in Rio, Brazil.
Thank you very much, Chris. Is there anything you want to add just before we say goodbye? We've unadopted you now. You're free to go. While we watch the game, is there anything about the pick and ban that you want to touch on?
I don't want to really touch on the pick and ban because we already went over that, but I will say, once again, thank you so much to our players. Thank you for today. Thank you for coming. The creators, the casters, our dev team, thank you so much.
And we thank you as well. It's a joint effort. There are a lot of people who worked tirelessly for countless hours to make not just Siege X happen, but this Siege X showcase. Lots of people behind the scenes. You get to hear and see our faces, but we're not here without the other people who are operating the cameras, the mics, production, and all of that. So a heartfelt thank you to them as well. So
there we go.
You're supposed to
there
clap.
we go.
You're supposed to clap too.
Caught on in the end.
Now, one of the things that was touched on by the devs was that destructible ingredients, and we saw it immediately. Meaty Marley meleeing the fire extinguisher, and another one just went as well. Now, you can wait and let those destructible ingredients go off in the cut and thrust of a match. Or if you think that they might hinder you, you can get rid of them real early
Well, they
on.
breached an
There's
end.
variations to it.
Again, it adds that core element of Siege that we all know and love, that you can
They all want to play
outsmart
breachers,
an
everybody.
opponent. You can
I'm
just get
joking,
rid of it
but-
entirely. I love that you are able to, whether you want to deal with it or you can get rid of it right away. It gives that option, which I always can appreciate, that it's not necessarily forced. But again, the fact that this is now another element in these maps, such as Clubhouse, does change the dynamic of how this map can be played. For me, instantly, when I think about rotating, you hit that active ingredient to make those pipelines go off, to cut off that rotate, whether that's an attacker, whether that's a defender doing that, it just creates another element to Siege.
Now the team's on your screen, as you can see, on the bottom portion, Skittles, Eldit, Macy J, Varsity Gaming, and Yo Boy Roy on one side. And speak of Roy, you said his biceps looked a little bit smaller, but the man is carrying his team at the moment.
You know, I think he got his workout in. I think the blood's flowing in the biceps. They're filled now. I mean, he got a 2K. He just hit a frost mat, so honestly, leg day isn't looking too great. Can't lift that up unless you don't have a strong core, so we might have to take that back for the next round. But I mean, it was a 1v1.
And Varsity clutches it out.
He took him to the academy.
They did. First round on the new look of Clubhouse. By the way, Clubhouse is one of the 5 maps that have received a visual update / visual overhaul. And as Chris mentioned, we don't just have the pick and ban at the start of the match anymore. You ban operators between rounds. So in round number 1, the attackers didn't want to deal with the Valkyrie, so they got rid of it. The defenders didn't want to deal with Amonte, and now they don't want to deal with the Blackbeard. Hey, let me say this. This isn't an esport event, but even the casual community says, we don't want to play with shields. Let's get rid of them. So a Blackbeard ban and a Bandit ban, and the one thing that you can lean upon from your experience playing is a Bandit ban by the attackers comes in because you are expecting your defending opponents to go to a certain bomb site. Now, it looks like Team Meaty Marley will go down to basement, where Bandit isn't necessarily as critical. Kai tends to be a stronger operator here, but no Bandit means that church wall downstairs, it's gonna stay intact and will require some other type of denial, which, by the way, Meaty Marley, his team is not bringing at all.
Yeah, and again, it creates a completely
What is
different...
this?
I think it's just like
Rainbow
pipes
Six Siege, don't do that. What is
that are on the
Hey,
side.
It's okay to do that. This could be used
Fire
in a way that
extinguishers,
we've never seen.
and there's like a fire thing.
Do you think that we're about
But I
to
see what you're
witness
saying,
new
like a
competitive
button, kind of
esport
like
meta with
Absolutely.
a triple unreinforced panel and a lone
Marvel
mirror
Rivals,
window?
the scan button.
Absolutely. I've seen, you know, what haven't you seen in Siege? It's endless opportunities, abilities. I just saw 3 cap cans at the front of that door. I don't typically see that. So the fact that we're seeing a mirror on an unreinforced church wall, it makes sense. Going for a spawn kill here, but Ross can't get it done. But back to your point of just, you know, getting rid of certain operators through and through without each round instead of it being at the very forefront of it, again, creates such a different level in how you want to approach Siege. And that's always been the beautiful thing about Siege, is you can't get too comfortable. The meta is constantly shifting. And I think we can all agree that you need to be on your toes when you're playing Siege.
Thank you to Rolo for showing us how the weapon inspect plays in. I will say, with all the changes we've seen, the audience did seem the loudest at the weapon inspect. It has been
Rightfully so, but I gotta also
very
say,
well received.
the visual enhancements as well. Clubhouse looks absolutely beautiful.
That drywall looks like it was put up yesterday.
I think you could smell it if you were in the lobby.
I can. Smells like a new build. Which, by the way, seems like CJX is. Now, we both come from esports, so we're going to take some time to actually cast this like a real esport match. We'll also take some time to be a bit more casual in the way we go about this. And all of these players currently competing know Clubhouse. It's one of the oldest maps. It came with the game in launch. It was the first map to receive an update, tweaking it to make it more competitive for where Siege was at. As the game evolved and we got more operators, maps became harder to defend, harder to attack, and they needed some refreshments. Clubhouse was the first map to get it. There have been a couple since, Oregon, Cafe, Chalet, etc. Varsity Gaming's out here. Farming clips, but
Somebody
it's
talking about Varsity just got put down.
Macy and Narco as the last 2 left. Diffuser running away, and a counter disable as Macy sweeps in. And he blows the doors off of the defense. Macy as well, one of the OGs, making content since the game basically first launched. There's a lot of Siege veterans and Siege royalty, if you could say that, in this lobby.
Without a doubt, and of course Macy's gonna know how to play those post plants. I mean, you see his videos that he uploads. Macy does a very good job at capturing how Siege is played at a tactical mindset. He has a very, very good understanding of the ability to outplay an opponent. And again, for that post plant, easy, he gets it done. But again, seeing these bans come out, now the Dokkaebi makes sense. Vigil on a Clubhouse, little skeptical of that ban coming through. I think there are some operators on that list that you could get rid of that would help you on those defensive halves. But, oh wait, no, I believe that's the attacking half. That is my correction. I don't think for the attackers you really need to get rid of a Vigil on here. But again, the fact that you are now able to just get rid of these many operators throughout the game, it's a completely different look.
We are running out of time for you to get access to the dual front beta. So if you are just tuning in,
Ayo, yo, give me a second. I'm gonna log into this thing, but I didn't feel like showing y'all my email and password on accident. So y'all know how that is, right? I'm joking about being serious. I had to make sure, everybody. I had to make sure. Give me a second on that. You know what I mean? I can't be giving y'all my email and password and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying, everybody? Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't even know my password, so we have to try it a couple times. It's like one of these. It has to be, right? Maybe it's this one. Alright, I actually have zero clue what my password is. Can't log in. I had a feeling I was gonna have to do that, so that's why I'm like, alright, stop for a second. Oh, but I'm logged in on their website. Alright, hold on. That means I have the password on my settings over here. I'm grabbing my password, everybody. Give me a second on that. Y'all know how it is. I'm not showing all my passwords. Ubisoft.com. I got, I'm guessing it's this one. Oh, wow, it is an updated password. When did I update it? I guess when I played, well, X-Defiant. X-Defiant required this, right? For one of its playtests? I think X-Defiant was at Ubisoft, right? Let me type this in over here if it'll let me. It's not letting me. Delete. Here we go. There we go, I logged in, everybody. Alright, I can bring it back over here now. There we go. My bad, everybody. You all know what I'm saying on that? I can't show you all my password. Can't be showing you all my password. I'm joking. I mean, seriously, look, X-Defiant. Ready? That was how I played. So do I have to get it on here? Is that how it's gonna be, everybody? Am I gonna be able to do it on Steam? Rainbow Six Siege X pack. People were saying you can get your thing from over here, but I don't see what they're talking about. I figured to just log in just to see, like, key activation. You get an activation key here. Profile. Look, Siege is on sale, everybody. It's $20, $30. This bucks, but now it's only 6 and 4 because it's about to be free to play. That's very interesting. Put it on sale so people, after the playtest, they'll buy it. I wonder if this sale is till the beta ends and then they sneak it back up, or are they gonna keep it like this? Regardless, they're making some money. Putting it on sale because it's about to be free anyways, so they can even like play now and get some like rewards or whatever, or get some stuff for their characters. So when they're on launch, they're looking good. That's interesting. It's only $6. I might even consider it, everybody. I don't think I can do anything here with this. I wanted to log in though. Look, I have a friend. Oh, it's cycling. Look at you. You already watched for 30 minutes, claimed your drop. Supposed to be a code. You're on PS5. Apparently, for console, there's... we can go on Twitter really quick, everybody. Let's go on Twitter. Apparently, there is, an issue with it. Right here. We're in the process of granting PC access to all players who have claimed dropped. Once completed, it will appear in your Ubisoft Connect library. For console players, you will have to wait. You will be able to claim your key once the initial issue is resolved. And the initial issue is this. Players who received the email, but the code is not generated. I'm having a completely different issue. It doesn't even pop up. I have it here. I'm connected. I'm connected on the website. And it's not here. I haven't been able to receive the drop. And we still are lurking this stream right here. We've been watching it for 4-5 hours. 4 to 5 hours now. I'll even refresh it just to show y'all, like, look. It even tells me, like, look, earn drops. It's literally telling me, oh, this dude's gifting subs. Get that out of the way. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, this dude is popping off so much I can't even show y'all. Well, it's there, but people are gifting subs, so we can't see it, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh. Just cause get that off the screen. Yeah, look, watch to earn drops. And then view details. And then from reward campaigns, open drop campaigns. This pops up here, and then I don't know, yo, I don't get nowhere. And I posted on their Discord, where are their mods at? They're probably swamped, honestly. Like, the mods are not in the Discord, yo. Like, you could probably write some BS in there, and it probably wouldn't even get hit. Close your Ubisoft app and restart it. I'm having a different issue. The drop literally doesn't exist on Twitch. Progress bar doesn't exist. And all accounts are linked. And literally don't exist. Like, cause look, watch right here. And I even was watching this person. I clicked onto them. They're not even streaming no more, which is funny. But yeah, I'm not getting. Here's the inventory. Oh! It's there! It's there! It's there! They fixed it! Yo, go check your stuff, everybody! Go check your stuff! It might be freaking working! Oh, snap! We're actually getting somewhere! We're getting somewhere, everybody! They're fixing it, yo! They're getting swamped! They were literally like 500k viewers, and they're still top freaking 6 on the freaking Twitch. With everybody freaking trying to get in, yo. And I bet you once everybody gets in, there's gonna be more people playing, yo. Because of this issue. Because I'm sure other people are dealing with it. Alright. Give it a sec on that, everybody. It looks like we're getting it. We're getting it. Pog, right? Pog. We're finally getting it. Let me close, like, a lot of these windows, everybody. I'm gonna close, like, this window. Close this window. Leave this window up, right? Or, hold on. Refresh. Let's make sure it's still there. Yeah, 6%, baby. And we leave this stream open. Whoever this is. Let them freaking do stuff. And yeah, there we go. I had that stream open for, like, 4 hours. It's working now. Everybody's working now. That person got a little bonus time from me, everybody. They got some bonus time. Got that Ubisoft Connect. Okay. I downloaded that, so we'll be able to get the game. And there we go, everybody. Close everything. All right. Let's go back over here.
Hurry. Link your Ubisoft account with Twitch, and then watch either this stream or one of our partnered streamers, and you'll gain access to the beta code after about a half hour or so. You hope that Team Meaty Marley are able to bring this one back.